So, some of you might be wondering how we organize our weekly modules in Canvas. This video is going to talk to you about how at Sunny Slope English 5-6 has chosen to organize our materials. So, what I want you to notice is that these are my published courses here at the top. These are the things that are active with students enrolled. I have my period 2, my period 4, and then I also actually teach online English. Through GUO or the online credit retrieval kids. So you'll see that I have 4 active courses, but then down here you're going to notice that I have 2 unpublished courses, and that's my 3-4 honors sandbox, which I'm not teaching till next semester, and then my current active 5-6 PLC sandbox. So when you click on that, you'll see that this is where we as a PLC house all of our units. So we organize it by week. And basically what we do is as the 3 of us are creating materials, we're putting it into this sandbox. And this is a place that all 3 of us have access to, that then we are able to export and put into our individual course sections. So this is what we use to build the modules week by week. That all 3 of us have access to. But when it comes time to actually having the courses available for the students, we import that material that we have created from our sandbox every week by doing this little magical trick of import context, our content, copy a Canvas course, and then we just go to PLC sandbox, and then we can select the specific content that we want to import. So every week we are just importing whatever week is coming up that then puts it right into our Canvas, our active Canvas course for our students. So I'm going to go back to the homepage for my second hour, and I'm just going to show you what an average week looks like in our class. So I'm actually going to scroll down to week 12, and this is the week that we started The Great Gatsby. So we just label it with whatever week number we're on. So we started English 6 with week 10. So weeks 1 through 9 were English 5. Now we're in English 6, and I'm going to click on week 12. So after I've imported the week's module from the sandbox, I add our weekly agenda to the top of my weekly module because I just think it helps the students see the week as a whole and what the different assignments are that they need to complete in order to be successful for the week. We also email this out every Sunday for students and parents to be able to access. And it just goes over our learning objectives. It has the course, the WebEx link, the meeting times every day, because the kids get confused, and then just what we're doing every single day with the due dates. And then just reminding the kids, what to bring to school for those kids who have chosen to come back to campus. And then we also include our weekly tutoring schedule, and that's something that we talked about or we'll talk about in our presentation. But just to give you a quick little bit of info, we host sessions Monday through Thursday at various times, afternoon, morning, midday. And the kids just use whomever's WebEx link is hosting that day, and they can come and make up quizzes. They can get help with assignments. We assign this to all failing students or students with Ds that just need the extra help. And this has been something that's been really helpful for us as a PLC to promote targeted interventions for struggling students. So that's at the top of my module every week. And then we have the weekly vocabulary video. So we just screencastify a video explaining the 5 vocabulary words the students can access and watch on their own individual time. And then they click forward, and they can access the vocab sentence assignment right here. Then we have another page, and what I want you to notice about Canvas, those of you who haven't used it before, is that Canvas has these things called pages, and these are really great because it's a place that you can just house content. There's no sort of output that the student needs to do, but it's just somewhere that they can access information on their own time. They can watch it as many times as they want. They can fast forward. They can, skip parts of the videos, or you can put text on here if you want them to read something. It's just a really great way to not have assignment, and nowhere to put any sort of, instructional materials. So after the vocab, we pop in the grammar video that goes over the overall grammar concept for the week. So this was a video about dashes. So this semester we have chosen, or this quarter, we've chosen to include This I Believe every week as a little just great reflective activity. The students access this I Believe essay by clicking here. They can listen to it and read it. And then we always include a discussion question that's very reflective, and the students post their responses on this page. We just thought it was really nice, kind of going back to, we really focused on the American dream and what that means, and sort of identity and who we are and the people that have influenced us. And so that This I Believe essays have really allowed us to do that. And they're short, they're easy, they're relatively easy to comprehend. So even our struggling students, can access this material. And then I always post a sample or a model response question or response so that the kids can see what they should be aiming towards in terms of their response. So I'm going to click forward, and then we have it set up that the students can access and see all of each other's responses. I think that that's important. Again, you don't have to set it that way, but discussion is really great for that. So there's that. And then we have another content page, and this essentially is a page that just goes over what the unit is for the week. So this is Great Gatsby chapters 1 through 3, and it has the unit objectives. You can embed your Edpuzzles right into Canvas, and so this is really great because it allows students to be able to complete the Edpuzzle without having to leave Canvas. Everything is right in there, and then it also allows you to be able to see how the students did on the Edpuzzle and when they watched it. So all of that information just really accessible. And then we have a content page that essentially has a link to a free PDF of The Great Gatsby online for students who did not purchase the novel. I also have a link to, and this is incorrect. I have a link to the audio version. And so I think what's happened is I modified this page. So I think it's modified it on all the pages, but essentially what it should say is chapter 1, 2, and 3, and then what pages it is in the PDF and the timestamp on the audiobook. We also included a page with a literary devices resource guide. So in case the kids need to go back and take a look at the definition of symbolism or imagery or any of those terms, they can access that information on this page. And then we essentially have our literary analysis assignments. And so what we did was we created a video that modeled this particular assignment. So this assignment asked the kids to read and annotate the epigraph that begins the novel and complete the response question. So if a student was not able to attend class that day, if a student had a question, if a student for some reason during the 90-minute WebEx lesson in which I was teaching this particular assignment or this skill missed part of it, or had to go, the doorbell rang, or their little brother or sister needed help, or whatever happened that they missed that part of the instructional time, they can access this video that essentially models the assignment and how the kids should complete it. And these have really been instrumental in our success with online learning or hybrid or virtual learning. Providing these little videos for students, yes, they do take time on the front end to make, but the kids really like them because they can go back and watch anything over again if they have questions or if they miss something. So there's a little video that just goes over, like, this is how we expect you to complete these literary analysis activities. And then you'll notice that we have chapter 1 activity, chapter 2 activity, chapter 3 activity, and essentially just sort of breaks it up for the kids. We always include a vocabulary review Quizlet so that kids can review for the vocab quiz. Then we have the vocabulary quiz itself, and we tell it when we want it to open and close. We tell it we want it to shuffle the answers. We can put a time limit on it. And then the grammar quiz, and that essentially is our entire unit. I always throw the school announcements on there at the end too for kids in case they want to watch that. So that is a weekly module for us. Another thing that we love about Canvas is the ease of grading. You'll notice that I have a little to-do list over here on the right-hand side, and that just shows me what students have turned in that I have not graded yet. So something that I need to go in and take care of is it puts it on the to-do list, and that just helps really keep us organized in terms of not, keeping track of late work. I felt like with Google Classroom, I was really struggling to keep track of all the late work because it didn't tell me, ding, 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 you need to grade this. The student turned it in late. But as you'll see, this assignment was actually due on October 28th. This student has just turned it in today. So this tells me that I need to grade this assignment. So I hope that this video helps you sort of understand how we organize our modules. I will point out one more thing. We indent our assignments. So you'll notice on week 10 that it was a unit about false confessions in which the kids wrote an analysis of the problem paragraph. So this is the overall content page, and then the assignments are indented a little bit. That kind of helps keep the kids, to me, it helps keep everything sort of organized with what belongs in each unit. So you'll notice again, we use those indents to help sort of keep everything really organized for the kids. All right, please email me if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to walk you through anything that we have created on Canvas. Thanks, guys.